Hello sir, very good morning. As per my scheduled assignment, I have completed my assignment. That was a user management system where I had to fetch all the basically I do not have to choose given API. Basically, what I have to do in that to user login and sign up form, and after that after login after authentication, the user had to update its own data, including image also, and so all these tasks I have to done. And sorry for being late in submitting my assignment because I was busy in working, busy in making some other projects given by other companies. So I just couldn't do that second project, which was tic-tac-toe game using React. So the so but I completed the first project, which is user management system, as I've said just one moment earlier. So as you can see here, all the functionality is working very fine. So let me show you its working mechanism. First of all, uh, just give me a second, sir. Yeah, tabs. Where I used MongoDB for its database, and for authentication I used Bcrypt and GWT token, where user can refresh the page without losing his data, without getting lost his data. So management, it is the database name, so db dot users dot find. If we just run this query, there are already two members have been registered by me, and so if we just remove all these users just to initialize it from scratch. So sorry, I think there is spelling error. So as you can see here, all the data has been removed from the database, so we can just sign up a new user from here. And as you can see here, and all the front end and backend server is already running. So here is my backend server. Sorry, here is it. 4000 port. It is my backend server is running, and management database is also connected. So first of all, just refresh it, and you can use any username. I'm just using skntmax, and as you can you have to fill a valid user email ID here, and password you can just enter here sknt1907. So if you just click on register, it will be pop up that your account is registered successfully. As you can see here, your account actually, I've just used these emojis just for fun purpose. So it actually looks very cool, so that's why I just used it. Okay, and after that you just log in. It's your and if you just log in from here, sknt George Max, and my password was sknt987. Here you can also see password, and if you just look out in the data in our database, so as you can see here, one database entry is already filled. Here is username skntmax, email is this, and password is bcrypt, hashed by bcrypt package. So it's so your password is also safe. And while login, we are generating a JWT token. If you also just refresh this page, the data won't disappear. And if you just delete the JWT token that I have created by login, if you just delete it, then you will not to able to redirect on this page. That basically will not be able to fetch all the data. So request failed. So as you can see here, no any data will be available. So it means user is not authorized. So you can just log out or just can't do anything so for me. So to do that, you will have to log in again. So just click on login, and here you can see data your previous data is here. So if you just look out its working mechanism from where it is started, as you can see here, I have created my all the APIs, register, login, and image upload API, update API here. And I also use the authentication middleware, which is checking every user to just authenticate that every user is registered in our all database. And after that we are only just using about us page, so that we can access every particular user which is already signed in. And on clicking update, this is going to this route, and updating all the data of that particular user, and giving the response. So just let's go to the fronting part. This is source app.js. We are imported switch route React Auto DOM. There are two dependencies. I think I have installed the Axios and React Auto DOM. For Axios for fetching all the data APIs, and switch router just for switching the every particular route. And after that we are just switching it like here. Just for home page we are just rendering the form register component log for login route, form login component, dashboard answer, and the several components you can just see like here. Like sorry actually sir, I have some cold due to I think weather change, so that's why I'm sorry for that. So first of all we are just going to the their home page. You just look at this look at this page, this route. So you're just redirecting to a form register. It's like a sign up page, form register. Here is form register. And where I used CSS for some styling. And we are just collecting all the data entered by the user on front end side. And after that we are just running a use effect function, basically hook, to just fetch all the data of that register, and so that we can use that data. Sorry, it's not necessary. I think there is to I think there is some mirror. I have not used use effect hook here because I only have to gain all the data used by the user, and just on clicking submit button here register. Actually sir, there are lots of component that I used in use effect, so that way I just spell on clicking submit register. The register function is already calling ECG asynchronous function, and we are just commenting the reload on form submission. Basically default behavior of any form. And after that we are just object restructuring of user object here. And we are just going to the register route, which is posting all the data entered by the user in the database. So this will go to this register, which is basically our register API, and sending the data here, and it will give a response. This response rotated as message. It will alert that your account is successfully created, and if any error is occurred, then it will display it here. And in that manner the user will register. And after that user registered, we are just pushing it or redirecting it to the login page. So if you just go to the login route, after just here it is, app.login route, login, the form login component will render. So here is form login, and on clicking form login, basically we are also just about to sign in the authenticated user, which is already been registered in our database. So here you can see on our click, a login function will call, and as soon as our login function will call, we also just preventing the form to reload, and we're just using object restructuring to user object which have been declared in use state, as you can see here, email and password only. And after that we are just putting it into try and catch block. So, and we are just redirecting to the login route, basically our login API. And after the successful registration, it will just redirect us to the dashboard page. So let's go to the dashboard page. And if the dashboard if the user is successfully logged in, then a use effect hook will call at least first time that user is registered, and all the data of that user will be stored, will be render in this page at once time at login. So I also used that object, and in that object I'm just storing all the data of that logged in user ID, email, username, date of birth and phone, uh, if they exist or not. So and whatever data I'm getting from there, I'm just storing it into this use state variable, which is user object. And if it's not, then I'm just catching the error and alerting it to the user. And on change input, I'm just getting all the data of every build. So it is quite simple. And on update and after update click, I'm just if the any if any user phone, date of birth or email username field is empty, then it will just pop up please fill all the entry, and page will redirect. And even and if not so, then we are just preventing form to reload, and just we are jumping to the update route. And after updation, it will give us a message. And if we go to the update, here is update API. As you can see here, we are just whatever we are doing is like just we're just getting data of that particular user from the front end that we have sent while logged in, while logging a particular user. So here will be a request body.id. It is actually just coming from our here authenticate authenticate middleware. So basically, you can see here. So the email body, username, date of birth and phone will also be stored here. And basically it's not storing, it's just a filter of it's just a filter parameter. And on this filter parameter, basically on this ID, update all these values. Basically its function what is just like find by ID and update. So by finding, just find that particular document and update all that document, update a particular update all the values of that particular document in this way. So if we just get the success result, then we just sending status 200 and success one, message records updated. If we just try to update the records from here, you can also see the records are also updating. Like my current name is SKNT Max, my basically username SKNT Max, and email SKNT. So that's why it is just showing a default basically current username plus email. And I haven't filled mobile number, so that is what not, it's not showing right now. I will just check it here. I think there is a code error. I think I didn't look at it. So okay, let's move for the SKNTMax. And so I think we should go with Anil. And Anil 22 at the rate gmail.com. Mobile numbers, cute something, anything. 1998, and you just click on update. As you can see, records updated, and if we just look at in our query, just clear the password. Here you can see username also updated, email also updated, and password will remain same because we have not updated our password, and J probability token will also the same that we have stored while login, so that if we still just refresh this page, it doesn't affect the original value, and JWT token is also there, and it is happening like this. That's why because we have used WT token here. So and there is also some inner functionality that I have implemented, but I didn't show you till now. So let's just talk about all that also. The dashboard. So if we just talk about its database, here you can see database schema. Basically, what we are doing here, we are making the MongoDB connection, database connection. Default port management your database name. I have not used a .env file because just to make it's very quickly. I could also been used .env file so that code will be so secure. But I'm just keeping that. I have just manually entered the database and all the secret keys instantly. So, and what we're importing user model, basically the collection name is user as well. Definitely in the database will be users, and we are just passing it to the schema of this database. First of all, we are storing username, email, password, profile, phone, date of birth, image, and GWT token. It's not compulsory because we are just entering some collected values only. So that's why I have used manually. I have used compulsory for username, email, and password, and profile, phone, date of birth. We can change later. That's why I have not used required column row. So that's why. So and after that, we are just importing this model, and I have used this model in auth.js. Basically, it is our API. Uh, Here it is. Authenticate middleware. No, it's middle. It is middleware, and where is our DB? Here it is. User model require DB. So that by using this model, we are just storing all our data, and just we are just implementing all the login and sign up functionality, and updating all the users data in our database. And one more thing, sir, actually my this image API is not working in the React only, but it is working fine in Postman actually. So I think there is some technical error that I have to resolve, but because of I had to submit this assignment within a given time span, so that I just couldn't do that too much work on this functionality. But sir, I'll surely resolve this also, and one more thing, sir, that I as I said that I was busy working on other project. Yes, sir. Actually, sir, it was given by another company, so that I had to just complete it in 2 days. That's why I couldn't do your second project. Tic-tac-toe came. If we if I let me show you that my another project, then let me show it to you. I will also give the link of that project in the description, so that basically it is on my YouTube channel. I have already uploaded it. Here is my actually middleware where it is just authenticated the registered user in our database. Basically, we are just checking it. Here we are just parsing the cookies from the browser of that particular user, and after that we are just verifying the JWT token. Basically verify function what it does that it takes two parameters where the original JWT token of that browser and the particular key what you have entered, what you had entered during the registration login time. So if it just verify your verify token, after that we are just finding all the data of that particular person using that verified token, because in that zero token the your ID will also be there, so that so in this way we are just finding that particular user data, and it is just for checking per it. I was just checking while development phase, and if the root user not equals to the if it not equals to root user, then you will just simply just throwing an error, and after that we are just sending all these three values to the database. Basically what is doing that after giving all this data, we are just next jump into the next function, because it is a middleware, as you know that. So in root user, all the data will of that particular logged in user will be stored in root user, and ID we are also just storing. It's not compulsory. I was just it was just checking purpose, so it's not compulsory that. And after the taker, just look out on root about route. About here it is about, and I used authenticate middleware, and if we got successful result, it will just send response to the bot page, no, send response to that page, and with message and user data, where all the data of that logged in user will be there. So in that manner, so as you can say, sir, my account I think is open now. Yes, here was my project where I had to fetch all the data
Hello, sir.
given
My name is
API, and
Ajigant.
so you need to the user dashboard, and also I had to make a
I was given by a task
card
where
checkout system, so that all the functions and parameters and the development these are all the things that I have been used in this project. I have also discussed in this video also, that you can just check this out also. And I'm very very sorry, actually I just couldn't do that second project. I think I need some time, because actually sir, I had also some other projects and of other companies, so that's why I just couldn't do that uh, in a given time. So I think that would be much enough, and that was all about from my side. And yep, thank you.